Good evening, Big Blue Nation, and welcome to Giants Tonight, your home for everything New York Football Giants. I'm your host, Chris Valentino, coming to you live from the shadow of MetLife Stadium on this chilly November night in 2025. And folks, have we got a story for you tonight that perfectly captures what it means to wear that iconic New York on your helmet? Imagine this. You're already ranked the 5th best tackle in the entire National Football League. You've allowed just 1 sack in 10 games. You're coming off a nasty Liz Frank injury that robbed you of most of last season, yet you're playing at an all-pro level again. By every metric, every highlight reel, every advanced stat site, you're an elite left tackle protecting your quarterback's blind side. Most players would be popping champagne, signing autographs, and telling everyone how great they feel. But not Andrew Thomas. Not number 78. Not the man they call the franchise left tackle. Andrew Thomas is straight up mad at himself. And Giants fans, that is why this organization has hope. That is why, even in a tough season, the foundation is rock solid. Because the standard is the standard, and Andrew Thomas refuses to let it drop. Let's dive in. It was Tuesday afternoon in East Rutherford, the wind whipping off the meadowlands, and there's Andrew Thomas, fresh off practice, standing in front of his locker, and he drops this absolute gem to reporters. Personally, I'm not at the level I want to be at. So I'm grinding every single day, watching the film, trying to figure out what I can do extra in practice to get to that elite level. Let that sink in for a second. The man has an 84.8 PFF grade, 5th among all tackles. He's on pace for one of the best pass blocking seasons of his career. He's allowed just 11 total pressures in 10 games. That's elite company. We're talking Trent Williams, Lane Johnson territory. And he's telling us it's not good enough. Thomas went on, "It's the nature of the position. You can look like a world beater one play and an idiot the next if you get beat. You've got to be consistent for 60, 70 snaps a game. 60 to 70 snaps of perfection. That's the Andrew Thomas standard." Now, let's put this in historical context, because Giants fans love their history, and Andrew Thomas is writing a new chapter in a very storied book. The New York Giants have always been defined by dominant offensive lines. Think about it. From the days at the Polo Grounds, through Yankee Stadium, Giant Stadium, and now MetLife, Big Blue has always prided itself on bullying people up front. Rosie Brown, Hall of Famer, one of the greatest left tackles ever. Jumbo Elliott protecting Phil Simms. David Deal and Rich Subert in the Super Bowl runs. Kareem McKenzie. And now, Andrew Thomas is the next name on that Mount Rushmore of Giants left tackles. Drafted 4th overall in 2020 out of Georgia, Thomas had growing pains his rookie year. Who doesn't when you're blocking for Daniel Jones behind a patchwork line during a pandemic season? But since 2021, he's been a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, and the anchor of this offense. And remember, this is a guy who missed significant time the last 2 seasons with ankle and hamstring injuries, then that brutal Liz Frank injury last year that required surgery. Most players come back tentative. Not Thomas. He came back angry, hungry, obsessed. He said something on Tuesday that gave me chills. "I hate losing. I hate the losses we've had this year. So when I'm out there, I want to look like a champion every single play." That's not coach speak. That's a man who bleeds Giants blue. Let's talk numbers, because the film backs up his dominance even if he won't. According to Pro Football Focus, Thomas's career-high pass block efficiency was 98.2, one of the best marks ever recorded at the position. This year, he's on pace to match or exceed it. 1 sack allowed. 1. In a league where Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, Nick Bosa, and Aiden Hutchinson are hunting quarterbacks like it's deer season, Andrew Thomas has surrendered exactly 1 sack. And yet, he's in the film room until 8, 9 o'clock at night. Studying hand placement. Studying get off. Studying how to counter spin moves from speed rushers and power moves from guys like Dexter Lawrence in practice. Yeah, he goes against Sexy Dexy every day, so when he sees a normal human on Sundays, it must feel like a vacation. He even admitted after the Detroit game, a tough loss up there in Ford Field, that before he even watched the tape, he already knew there were plays he left out there. That's next-level self-awareness. Here's a fake but totally realistic quote. Can you imagine Big Dex walking by his locker and saying, "Man, Drew, you out here mad? 'Cause you gave up 1 pressure? Bro, I'm over here celebrating when I only get held twice a game. That's the standard on this Giants defensive and offensive line room right now. Brian Daboll and Shane Bowen have built a culture where good isn't good enough. Elite is the baseline. Now, let's zoom out, because Andrew Thomas isn't just important to the 2025 Giants. He's the single most important non-quarterback on this roster. Think about it. Daniel Jones, or whoever is under center, can't operate if his blind side is collapsing. Malik Neighbors can't run those beautiful double moves if the pocket isn't clean. Wan'Dale Robinson can't turn slants into 60-yard touchdowns if the quarterback is on his back. Everything flows through number 78. And when you look at the NFC East, oh man, the NFC East is a bloodbath this year. The Eagles are flying high with that reloaded defense. The Cowboys always find a way to be relevant. The Commanders have Jaden Daniels playing like a veteran. If the Giants are going to climb back into this division race, or at least finish strong and build momentum into 2026, it starts with Andrew Thomas continuing to be the best left tackle in football, even when he doesn't think he is. I talked to a longtime Giants scout off the record this week, guy who's been around since the Parcells era, and he told me something I'll never forget. Andrew Thomas has that Lawrence Taylor gene. Not the playing style, obviously, but that obsession with greatness. LT used to watch film until his eyes bled. Strahan used to stay after practice working on moves when everyone else went home. Eli Manning never took a play off mentally. That's the Giants' DNA. And Andrew Thomas has it. High praise. Hall of Fame praise. So where does this leave us? It leaves us with a 26-year-old, homegrown, all-pro left tackle in his prime who is his own harshest critic. A guy who could sign a $25 million a year extension tomorrow and still feels like he has to prove himself every single Sunday. And Giants fans, that should fire you up. Because when your best players demand more of themselves, the entire team rises. We've seen what this team can do when the offensive line plays at an elite level. Super Bowl 42. Dominant O-line play against the Patriots' pass rush. Super Bowl 46. Same story. Brady under pressure all night. History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. So here's my prediction. Andrew Thomas is about to go on an absolute tear these final 7 games. He's too proud, too talented, too obsessed to let this season end without reminding everyone why he's a top 3 left tackle in the NFL. He closed his press conference with this absolute mic drop. I expect to play better. And I will play better. Mark it down, folks. Screenshot it. Tattoo it if you want. Because when Andrew Thomas says he's about to level up,